Good evening, everyone. Me and along with Gema Chacón, we will introduce you to the project we are developing in Eastern Morocco about the evolution of early and middle Pleistocene human settlement in that region that is close to the border with Algeria in northeastern Morocco. This project has been established in 2006, and since then we have been working in a quite wide region, 40 kilometers of diameter, between the villages of Kefeit and Ain Beni Matar. You have here the two areas, being Kefeit a small oasis today, and Ain Beni Matar a place quite arid, showing the current climate and landscape we have in that region. Formerly in Pliocene and early Pleistocene, this was the place of a big lacustrine, fluviolacustrine basin that we are now discovering and working on. This is placed framed by the different Atlas ranges in this Maghrebi region in northern Africa. This region has the Middle Atlas in the northeast, High Atlas, northwest, High Atlas in the west, and Tel Atlas at north, and Saharan Atlas at south. This is important because at last this is a special region of high plateaus close to the Mediterranean and also close to the Sahara. And in the record we are discovering, we have both influences. Sometimes we have the influence from Mediterranean region, and sometimes we have influences from Saharan region. I am talking about climate and paleolandscape offshore. This is the region where we are working. In yellow, you have the whole Pleo-Quaternary infilling, infilling this former lacustrine basin. These are the main issues that we are working on. I will introduce you the Pliocene, early Pleistocene, and middle Pleistocene, while Gema will introduce you the upper Pleistocene. But in whole, we are interested in, as we are working since the 2006 in a region that was scarcely worked until then. Our first issue and our first objective was to trace an inventory and a cartography of the archaeology and paleontology, finally the heritage of this region. To establish a chronological and geological frame for these paleontological and archaeological remains in a multidisciplinary and transdisciplinary research. A third issue, that it was the relationship with the local community, as we are interested in cultural heritage and translate this cultural heritage to the population living today in that region. And finally, it is not a few questions that is an important one to introduce this work, this project into the paradigms that are now in work in Africa, about the first hominin settlement all around the continent, the Saharan climatic and ecological cyclicity, and the Pan-African model that has been introduced recently in the continent. And you have here that interdisciplinarity of our analysis and proxies. We are working on geochronology, magnetostratigraphy, ASER, TL, OSL, UTH, but you have to have in mind that the region is not volcanic. At least it is not volcanic, this specific basin where we are working. And then we have not possibility to introduce the methods that are so useful in East Africa, methods related to argon and potassium. The geology and geomorphology has been important because the form and reconstruction of the basin were at some points incorrect or scarce. The work on raw materials and the economy of raw materials for human populations along the Quaternary has also been one of our goals. For sure, the lithic technology, the zooarchaeology and taphonomy of every site, and the dental microware and mesoware analysis of the paleontological remains, isotopic analysis, archaeobotany with all the methodologies inside this line of research, paleontology, both macro and microvertebrates, malacology, paleoanthropology. We have not up to now any paleoanthropological remain, but we for sure we hope to have that and to work in spatial archaeology and conservation and restoration. Here some of the pictures belonging to the work of our colleagues on micropaleontology and on geochronology, taking samples for dating in the different sites of the region. Part of this research has already been published, and you have here just some of the main papers that have been published recently. And the last one, this in Nature Communications, about the environments during the Pleo-Pleistocene transition and early hominin dispersals in Northern Africa. But also the reinterpretation of the Pleo-Pleistocene series, geological series in the region. It has been one of our goals. This is important because some of the sites where we have archaeology have been interpreted as terraces of the current river, while our work has placed all these series in a early Pleistocene position, not in the current flowing rivers, but in former basin, fluvial basin that is today absolutely lost. Then you have here the picture showing the first of our goals, that is a cartography of the archaeology and paleontology in the region. You have here the map of this region between Ain Benimatar and Gefeit, and you can see what we have today as archaeology and paleontology. And you have here ordered from the Pliocene and up to the Holocene, all the sites we have up to now. The sites with paleontology in Pliocene, sites with mode 1 or older one in the early Pleistocene, sites with mode 2 or Acheulean in middle Pleistocene, and sites with late Pleistocene industry and paleontology in the top of the series. We will begin. I will begin with this Pliocene for in the site of Gefeit 4 that has been discovered in 2016, and since then has been worked on and is it has been partially published, and we are now preparing a systematic a paper about the systematics of this paleontological site, and we have just sent to publication one paper about the chronology of this site. Here you have the excavation of this site in 2017 and 18 and 19. and you have the position of this site in the Dari Rumyane series in Gefeit. It has been published the magnetostratigraphy of that site that already situated this paleontological site in the final Gauss chron, that is in the final Pliocene. And today we have sent a paper with a radiometric chronology for that site. That is placed, as I said, in the late Pliocene. Then is one of the oldest sites for paleontological sites in northern Africa. You have here some of the remains we have recovered in this site. It is to be highlighted the presence of hippopotamus introducing us a paleo-environment with a lake or a big river in the region, along with, especially, it is important, the presence of Hipparion without Equus. This is important because the replacement of Hipparion by Equus in North Africa is estimated to be at 2.3 million years. That is, the paleontology is also pointing to a date, to an early date for this site. This is the list of the main species being recovered in this site. I will highlight some of these species. First, this new species we have published, the Golunda oregi, that is a species of micromammal that is pointing to a late Pliocene age. Another special remains, this is the remains of a macaque. That is special because the macaque in North Africa is not so usual to be recovered. Also, the first small-sized Dinophalis, that is saber-tooth tiger in North Africa for the first time. And after, when we enter the early Pleistocene, but the basal early Pleistocene, we have for the first time the human presence in that region. And we have a group of 3 sites. One of them is Gara Sultana. Gara Sultana is the remain of a former fluvial stream that in the series of Pleistocene of the region. And here in a conglomerate, we have recovered a collection of around 40 tools that are clearly belonging to the mode 1 with orthogonal flaking small to obtain small flakes of that have been used and discarded in the same site. We have also some retouched tools, along with a big course as the course we are showing here. A second site is Ain Tabuda. Ain Tabuda is a site also preserved in conglomerates in this Plio-Quaternary series that has been eroded during Middle Pleistocene, and we have preserved these sites as boot or mesas, small mesas in the territory. Here, as for Gara Sultana, we have also orthogonal flaking. We have a small and medium-sized flakes, never big flakes. and we have some retouched tools. The publication of these sites, along with the third one that is Water High, is under publication and under preparation, and will be published, we hope, the next year. If we go through the Middle Pleistocene, we will see the site of Wet Rabbit. That is a site with mode to industry, but it is one of the sites we have for the Middle Pleistocene in the region. The other sites up to now are only paleontological, but are a whole complex of sites showing us the record, the heritage coming from the Middle Pleistocene. Then Wet Rabbit is one among these sites, and the important question is that Wet Rabbit is placed in a fluvial terrace in the exorate phase of Ain Benimatar. You have to imagine that this region has lost the lake or the different lakes that were in place during Pliocene and early Pleistocene. We are in another landscape more close to the current landscape of today, and in that place, in that exorate phase, we have this mode 2 sites containing only, that is important also, containing only lytic tools without faunal remains. You have here the picture about the excavation during 2009, and you have one of the tools being excavated in place in this site. It consists of a fluvial sequence with 6 levels containing lytic tools. That is the four levels in the top of the series, levels that correspond to conglomerate capped by a calcrete. That is a fluvial environment that cyclically suffer of an aridity phase. That is, we have 3 fluvial cycles, capped, finalized in an arid phase. All of these cycles have been produced lytic tools. All the levels have the same technology, mode 2 technology. And from this site, we have also collected different materials to recover and to reconstruct the paleo landscape in a fluvial in a fluvial environment, in a clean and shallow water, wet and river, as we have recovered from the ostracods remains we have studied from this site. And it has also been dated, and we have a dating around 540,000 years before the present for the whole series of this site. You have here some of the tools showing this mode 2 technology, big flakes transformed into LCTs, large cutting tools. It is not an assemblage dominated by large cutting tools, but they are present. They are present even if they are not too, they are scarce. It presents a diversity of in the methods of flaking, from centripetal, biconical, or multipolarized on cubic volumes. We have opportunistic flaking, the use of very kind of matrix to be napped. We have nothing of hierarchized methods of flaking. That is, we have not Levallois, neither other methods hierarchized for flaking. And we have this kind of opportunism in the use and exploitation of jellyfract coming from the vicinity. We have also some retouched tools, and of course the main tools we have these different hand axes, all of them on flake, except that one at upper right that is on a blank of flint. You have here the region in the region of Einbenematar from where it comes the different kind of raw materials that these societies have used during Pleistocene. We have performed deep analysis of the different rocks used in these sites. And a last question. From the analysis of pollen, we have the presence of olea, that is the olive tree, coming from the Mediterranean. It has to be said that today the olive tree is not in the region as a wild species. Then we have to think in a warmer landscape and a landscape with relationship with the Mediterranean. To the contrary, these arid cycles we have in Wet Rabbit, they show that the region was not in a humid period. It was not one of these green Sahara periods that are well known today. And some of these well-known green Sahara periods have been discovered in the region for the Holocene, but not for the Wet Rabbit section. Then we think that this section, that this peopling of Mode 2 societies has been established in a moment in which the region was in connection with the Mediterranean seashore, but not with the interior of Africa. Then this connection with Africa was cut in the moment of the Wet Rabbit settlement. You have here as a picture of what is the Mode 2 in Northern Africa, picture showing how these green Sahara periods in Northern Africa can give us as population in this region. We have a lot of sites in the core of Sahara that have to be explained only because the existence of these green Sahara periods. That for me, this is all, and I will let my colleague Gema Chacón to explain the Upper Pleistocene.
Okay, so welcome to everyone, and thank you very much to give me the possibility to be here again this year. And I'm going to continue with this quick travel in the Eastern Morocco. And now we change completely of chronological period also for sure of human species. And we are going to do another quick travel until the end of the late Pleistocene. To connect a little bit with the part of Robert, here you have the same map. And I marked the two areas that were allocated the Middle Pleistocene, so the late Pleistocene site, that as you can see is also in the same area, so very close to the other archaeological site that you have and that Robert have been present before. Related with the environment and related with the result that we have also from the palynological record and also for the faunal remains that we have found, we know that the environment will be very close to this that we have nowadays in the area. So it's really, there are no a big change, even this especially the vegetal and the vegetal species that we can find. So until 2006, that was the first year that we found and we excavated like a survey excavation of small excavation in near the river, as you can see here. They were a small area with some materials that they were excavated as a survey because of the danger to be lost. We found a lot of surface material without no stratigraphy. So it's like in all this big basin in Africa, there are a lot of material, but normally are mixed, different chronologies. But after a lot of years, almost 20 years of the project, we begin to found sites, and this is that I'm going to show to present you the late Pleistocene site associated to Middle Stone Age and to later Stone Age that are in a stratigraphic context. All of them, as you can see, are open air site, as the other sites that the older site belonging to the middle and the lower Pleistocene. So the site of Wecharf, here. The site of Wecharf was the first site that we excavated in stratigraphy. It's also dated by two different methods. They were only some meters square, but that give us a lot of information. A part of the date is one of the few open air site in stratigraphy dated in northern Morocco. We found only lithic remains. We dated with some fragment of bones that we found in the sediment, and was very interesting because even if it was near the river and we know that we lost a part of the site, the material that we found, around 300 pieces, are very well related and very well demonstrated, especially by the refits that we found in this site, that was a point in the territory that the Homo sapiens of this moment were living there. Even we have some pieces, lithics, and also the small fragment of bones that are burned. So we know about the date, as I told you, that belong to the Middle Stone Age, but it's true that only some of the attributes of the lithics, especially the tangent points or the laminar pieces that we found, attest that we are in the Middle Stone Age, because really the pieces are present a very expeditious technological behavior. As you can see here in some of the blocks, they took small cobbles and pebbles that are around and even in the river, and they obtained some flakes. So this type of lithic industry we found without this diagnostic species or without the dates could be really very difficult to ascribe to this late Pleistocene. But fortunately, finally, we can put all this together, and as other sites says, just a point to send the paper about this opener site. If we continue traveling, this area of Sabelgar, Suiguina, is one of the areas that Robert showed you that come most of the flint that they use, and I'll show you later, most of the flint that they use during the lower middle and also late Pleistocene, the beginning of the late Pleistocene. It's a quarry area. All this area is full of siles in primary position. But since 2017, we discovered the material that we found until this year in surface, we found in a stratigraphic position. So we did an excavation of 9 meters square. And in the case of Sabelgar, we found 1 level and around 2,400 pieces that are related especially with the Aterian. It's Middle Stone Age, but in North Africa, we have this dichotomy about the Aterian and Mousterian, like a chronocultural period for the Middle Stone Age in North Africa. So we were very happy because finally we found really a site with a lot of pieces that allow us to explain the technical behavior, but also was important because it's a way to understand the technical behavior in sites near the procurement areas, the primary procurement areas. In 2018, we continue with the surveys. If you see more or less where I have the mouse, is the Sabelgar 1. So 1.5 kilometers from this Sabelgar 1, we open another excavation following this level 1 that we found in Sabelgar 1, and we found also in Sabelgar 2, and that we thought we are waiting for the result of the dates, but that we know that geologically belong to the at least the same moment. But with the surprise that in this point we found 3 different archaeological level, showing us also a difference since a technological point of view. As Sabelgar 1 is located in a procurement area, primary procurement area, so there are the place where the minutes were to catch the flint, but also we saw that at least during some moment they were living there. And in the case of Sabelgar 2, we discovered not only 1 level, if not 3 different archaeological levels. And related with the technological attributes, especially with the tangent points or not tangent points, with the index of laminar pieces, we have seen also some difference in this assemblage. So level 1, as we saw in Sabelgar 2, belong to the Aterian, and the level 2 and level 3 with more level 1 cores and without no tangent points, with less retouches artifacts, belong or could belong more to the Mousterian, or this following the traditional differentiation. But until 2019, the site that we have belonging to the Middle Stone Age, they had it only lithic tools. In 2019, just before the COVID, we did in one of these small hill near the river, that is where are located all the Middle Stone Age and later Stone Age site. We did the speed of 1.5 meters, and we discovered all these remains that you can see, including fauna, including freshwater mollusks, and also lithic technology. So we were very happy because finally we found both fauna and lithics. As you see before, we have marvelous paleontological site and marvelous archaeological site only with lithic remains, but this Tahia 3 so was that finally we have it this all together. So the COVID arrived, we stop all, and because if in 1 meter, 1.5 meters square, we found this quantity of material, we hope to find more if we enlarge the excavation. So we wait a lot of, but finally in 2022, we came back to the field, and following this test pit, we excavated a surface of 16 meters square. The site, as I told you, the other site that I show you until now, and I will show you later, are always close the river in the small hill near the water, for sure, near the raw materials, because even if there are these procurement areas of primary procurement areas, normally all the rivers, in this case the Weddell High, always they have also, especially flint, that is the more raw material used in secondary position. So here you have also the stratigraphy that show different fluviatile level. So finally, really the site was very, very rich. Here you have of this 16 meters square, we found around 600 pieces. At the beginning, we differentiate for level and sub-level, but later, after the study and of the material, we saw very clear two levels. Especially, we found a lot of fauna. We found also lithics of different raw material, especially chert, like in all of our sites. But also, we found charcoal. We found some possible good fossil good, and also some possible ochre. We have no all these shells that I showed you before, finally from fresh water and have no anthropic activity, but the number of pieces and the type of assemblage, as I'm going to show you before, allow us at least like a first hypothesis that we are in a battery site. The number, the list of animals and the fauna remains is very large, and we identify even the number of identified species is also very high, and there are very well preservation. In the previous slide, you see that we were restoring all the material, but because when we excavated and the sun and especially the wind touched the bones, begin to fissure. But the conservation is very, very good. And also, it's very important because we have not only the lithic tools and the fauna, we have also the cut marks on the bone, not only in the big animals, also in the rabbit, because we have also rabbit, that show us not only the cut mark, but also the percussion mark that we are showing us very clear that is anthropic, are related with anthropic activity. So also the lithics are very few if we compare with the number of fauna, but the technological assemblage is very typical of these battery sites. So they the reduction sequences are very fragmented, even if we have pieces of all the technological categories, but really there are especially flake already napped, or some of the cores that you can see here that arrive to the site already prepared, and they used to obtain some flakes to the battery activities. So that is one of the main category, and main of the variables also to take in account to interpret like a battery site. So the excavation by the moment stopped, but our idea is to enlarge the surface because I can put the image. I'm going to go up again, but this level with the this level with faunal remains, analytics, and all the battery activities continue in this hill, and in this third one. So the idea is to continue excavating to provide more data of this open air site belonging to the Middle Stone Age, that we are also waiting for the dates. So this map already has been already shown you for Robert. So this area in yellow is the area that the raw material. Now to speak a little bit of the mobility, the main raw material is used for the human groups during the lower, the middle, and the late Pleistocene during the Middle Stone Age. So they found in primary position, as we saw for Sabelgar 1, 2 sites, but also in the case of Dahia 3, that is located more out of this area. As I told you, this flint is available in secondary position. If we jump to the later Stone Age, sorry, I don't know why it's not moving. Okay. In the case of the later Stone Age, sorry, there are mistakes in the Middle Stone Age. This is one of the sites belonging to the later Stone Age, and it's the first one also that we found in stratigraphy. By the moment, we did only one test pit, but it was very interesting because all the lithics found as the rest of the site in a small hill near the river, like the other side that we see previously. We found the typical lithic pieces related with the Ibero-Mauritian or the later Stone Age in North Africa, with baked pieces, retouched baked pieces, this begin of geometric pieces also baked and retouched, the laminar technology, but we found also a lot of hearts. We excavated one of them. Here you can see the process, but we know that in this hill we identify at least these 4 that you can see, and 3 more in the other part of the hill. There are some faunal remains, but very few. But the charcoals allow us to date this site around 1,000 to 11,250. That is, this fit very well with the other later Stone Age site of the region. We also, the same year, we also excavated another site. Here you can see this location of all the sites belonging to the late Pleistocene that are in the small hill near the rivers. And the here 4, sorry, here again, I should change for later Stone Age, sorry. Here we enlarged a little bit the speed, and we found exactly the same type of lithic technology, also the laminar technology with blades and bladeless, with baked pieces, retouched, also the structures, the hearts structurated, and also a date very similar to the other side, a little bit older, but not very much. So by the moment, unrelated with the raw materials, in the case of later Stone Age, we begin to see a higher diversity of the raw material used, continue being especially flint, but the areas enlarged, and we saw that go they go to the primary source, but the territory to the procurement of the raw materials is very large now, around 80 kilometers. So we see that even if the sites are located in the same areas, on the same environment, and also if the main raw material used is flint, we saw that they look for more high quality materials, and also they move more in the territory. So to conclude, if we compare some of the traits about the Middle Stone Age and the Later Stone Age, they share a lot of things, and they, for sure, other no, because we have a different lithic technology. But now we have enough data to stratify open-air site to begin to understand and to propose an hypothesis about the occupation of the area by the Homo sapien population. Here you can see the main conclusion about for each one of the chronological period. And coming back to connect with the part of Robert, you can see we have continuous occupation of the region from 2 million ago, around 2 million ago, to the present day. We have more than 30 archaeopaleontological site, open-air site, but in a stratigraphic context. Some of them are how we present you have been excavated. Others are underway or to be excavated, and we have still a much work in progress. But we are providing new high-resolution data for the reconstruction of the human settlement in Eastern Morocco, and especially the role, how Rupert explained you, of North Africa in the prehistory and human evolution, to put the North Africa in the debate of the big question about the human evolution. So thank you very much for your attention.